recording is on.
Okay. My natural gifts. I am artistic, and so you were looking for, you didn't give us examples on this one.
Well, no, artistic is usually, you sing, you dance, you draw. What are some of the things that,
I sing, I write, I create, I speak. I consider that as part of the artistic as well. I've learned how to bring the artistic into engagement. And I've actually come aware of my artistic ability. I sew, I paint. So, all of that comes into play, which, years ago, when I learned about the left brain, right brain, I did a self-examination. And when I get in, I spent a lot of years in the left brain linear. My job was, the outlines, the bullet points, the documents, contracts, all of that left brain stuff, and I was good at it. I learned how to be very good at it. In the meetings, taking the notes, I was the one going back and somebody saying, well, I don't remember what this piece was. I went to my notes. This is what that piece was. And so for that, I'm I'll say balanced.
Okay, so it's not about being balanced. It's about, again, bringing the example of Furley likes to sing, so she sings during, keynote presentations and stuff like that. So part of this is identifying what are some of the things you do. So, if you write poems, just open up with turning things into poetry, whatever, I don't know. So what are you using?
Yeah, I bring a little dance into my stuff. And the last presentation I did, I became more aware of how natural that is for me.
Dancing.
I knew that I did it. I didn't even think about it. I was going through the presentation, and then all of a sudden I was like, you know how you do this and you did that. And
awesome. So
I saw that.
So let's get that more into it, because movement gets people more engaged. So how can you create exercises that shows you in that movement that you have natural movement, that you have the rhythm, and create some steps. I don't know, you may want to go to aerobics class, or you may want to go to a Zumba class and find out some things that they're doing that would get your people going. Easy steps that everybody can follow, so nobody feels like less than somebody else. Because
you didn't know that I was a fitness instructor for 18 years.
I forgot. I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you bringing that into your presentation?
It's got to be where it's coming from.
Sorry?
Yeah, and I do. Starting off, I used to do more than what I'm doing now, but this is bringing in awareness of how I can bring it back, how I can reincorporate it into what I'm doing. Because, I used to give day-long workshops. I used to do the beginning exercising and the whole yoga combined with the movement, and I've been to Millionaire Mind and all the Tony Robbins stuff, so I'm in that. But
I could use some of those things for the breakout session. Spread the word. Actually, you may want to create some videos of how to keep your audience engaged, the kind of thing, because here's what will happen. Because event promoters see, right now, I look around the room when people are coming in, I see who's, trainer, yoga, whatever, any of those things. I'm like, you are going to be doing now, during the breaks, get people going. So they get to talk about themselves and they get to do all the stuff. I can dance, but I'm not doing that
No,
stuff.
I used to help arrange some 5K road races and stuff. I was the instructor to get everybody at the starting line warmed up so that they could take off and do their walk or their run or whatever.
So let people know this, so they will book you for their events to train, because that makes you stand out from other crowdfunding experts.
Okay.
Okay. So it's a very important part, your natural gifts. So we got the physical going, we got the artistic part in there going, cognitive. You're already doing it in your presentations, right? Is there some cognitive gifts that we need to know about that that you think is really important?
No, I think I'm good. I used to, well, it's been a skill that's been developed because I used to, even in presentations, have everything on the slide. And even though I knew it like the back of my hand, I felt like, people wanted to see this stuff. And since have really culled it down to like the 2-word bullet point kind of things. And I'm very gifted in expressing the thought, the message, the thing that refers to, so that people get it, and engaging people.
Great. Okay. So before I forget, in your life experiences, the learning opportunities, you may want to start including the accident story and how you had to learn to think differently. And so give some examples to the people in the audience, because most of the people that are going to come to you, they're going to be from 40 to 60 in the audience. And at that point, either we're overwhelmed, we're bouncing too many things, we're not writing enough, we're so stressed out, or we're just having, the memory lapses things going on because we're not eating right, or whatever it is. Maybe they weren't sleeping the day before. A lot of us don't sleep very well. And the foggy brain is there. Well, how can you trip your foggy brain so you're not missing stuff? When you talk about, I had to really figure out how to remember things. I had to take notes a certain way. I had to figure out how to trip my brain into action. People say, "Oh my God, she knows how hard it is for me to remember all this stuff," because people constantly are, that's coming out. And like, what are some of the things you're challenged with? I'm just overwhelmed. I forget to do things. I forget to call people. I'm doing that now. I'm in so many conversations that I'm forgetting to do it. And I know there's, I haven't had a brain injury, but damn, this way is overloaded, and a lot of us are walking. So leverage that, because what that says is that, you know what? I had to overcome a brain injury to figure out how to function. Look at all the stuff I'm doing. I can do it, you can do. I'll show you how to trip your brain. You don't have to say it exactly that way, but when you're telling that story, is that, you know what, I figured out how to do it, and I include that in all of my trainings. So it's easier for people to listen and learn. Okay, so write the story down, the injury. And as soon as you put in the picture of a car, do you have a picture of the car? Do you have anything about that age? Okay, put a picture of you at that age. Say, I was 9 years old, a happy child. Then all of a sudden, there was this car accident. And these are the years when your brain is really developing. Well, mine had a setback. I had to do blank.
And I still got the scar.
And I still got the scar to show it. See right here? Is there remind me every day that I have a brain injury. It's something I have to overcome on a daily basis. And you know what? I use it to inspire me. I use it to find better ways of doing it so I can share it with all of you. That's my gift shift. Rather than feel bad about the accident, I'm like, oh my God, look at all the different ways I'm figuring out how to take notes. There's an art to taking notes. How do you do it? I'd let you know how you do it. So you see what I'm saying? These are all the things that come from one thing that happened. There is that ripple effect for everything that happens. So that's a story you definitely want to be including in all that you do.
God, Okay.
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 All right. So the intuitive part, I already know that you're very spiritual. So bring in that. Say, you know what? We don't have all the answers. All I know is that, especially in crowdfunding, where, this is something we're supposed to do. We have the passion for this. We know we're supposed to get the word out there. And that's the part when you have to follow, when you hear that voice that's speaking to you, that little voice that will not leave you. You have to go out, you have to do this, and you have to be able to show people why you care so much. And that's the whispers from God. That's your contract with God, whatever you want to use. Take Charles's, and that's it. So, and that tells people that what you're teaching is very spiritual. At the same time, you're not hammering them over the head with, okay? So everything about it, artistic, physical, cognitive, intuitive, you have all four. Pull out stories from each one of them. And as you start writing, you're going to find more examples. Artistic, well, you write. You dance. We can even put the dance, even though it's artistic, you can put it in a physical. You can whatever. So you can put in all the different groups. There'll be a lot of stories, a lot of examples. When you say marathon, well, to me, people, marathon runners, that they have to be very disciplined, because you have to make a decision, you have to train, you have to follow through. Well, it takes that. It takes the commitment. You get an idea to do crowdfunding, you have to follow through. You have to stay the course. When things are telling, who's going to give me money for doing this? You have to stay the course. That's when you hit that wall. If you're running marathons, you hit that wall. You don't stop. You break through the wall. So everybody's telling you you can't do this, though that little voice inside of you is telling you you can't do this. You break through the wall. Okay? So you can say, I was running marathons. I was training people to run marathons. I was the one who was doing the jazzercise and all that at the beginning of it, to bring in music and fun into it, so they're having fun running the marathon. Whatever you got to do, bring all your stories.
Okay.
That's when people are going to fall in love with you. Okay. So life experiences, the successes, the learning opportunities, work experiences, these are the stories you're going to be going. I want to make sure that we touched on the natural ones. It seems like people forget to include the natural gifts. They don't know how to talk about the natural gifts.
And that has been me.
Yeah.
That was not the space that I was going. I would have the stories of work more than life, more than natural.
Yeah. But we don't get to love you for the work you do. We get to love you for you.
Yeah.
And that's the part where the natural gifts come in. Those are the unique gifts that God has blessed you with. The combination of those gifts makes you you. Everything else, the life experiences, work experiences, those are things that just happen to us as we go along. And how we deal with those experiences, how we process it, what we do with it, depends on how we use our natural gifts. It's that simple. Our natural gifts are our tools that we are given to deal with life.
Yep, I see. Yeah. Yeah. It's just coming so clear.
I'm so glad. Okay, yeah. So now we have the natural gifts. Now we're going to move on to the gift shift. Okay? Well, I want to know what it is that you've decided what you're going to do. And so I'm going to go ahead. Let me just do this. Yeah, let's do that. Where is it? Okay, so we're going to do the walk through this. Okay, so your vision, and you probably already have your form filled out.
My vision,
yeah, what it is that you're going to do, yeah,
is to create the P3 Academy to serve entrepreneurs, and I'll say budding entrepreneurs and women veterans. And the budding entrepreneurs are those who just beyond startup, and because startup is a whole nother thing. So budding is in that 2 to 5 or more, and they know that they need help. They know that they need resources, and the P3 Academy is the help in training, learning, education,
Okay,
as
hold
well
on.
as resources.
Hold on. That's not the vision.
Okay.
That's how. Okay, so let's go back to the vision. Starts with the gift shift. What is it that you're going to be doing? So let's say the P3 Academy, it's a combination of different things. If you break it down to individual things, it's going to be a lot easier to plan. So the example I gave in the program is your coaching. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you're mentoring people. So you create a coaching program, and then you create a crowdfunding program. You create the P3 Academy is a combination of different things. So you can do it as a bigger vision, but it's going to be harder for you to be able to understand what the gift is, where it's coming from, how many people you're helping, and all that.
Well, looking at your example, start an international life coaching business, I went there.
Yeah, no, I got that.
Okay.
I got that. But life coaching business is coaching people on life. It's not. But whereas P3 Academy, as I understand it, the P3 Academy has a whole bunch of different components in it, right?
Well, it's coaching and business development.
Oh, that's all it is.
Hmm?
That's all it is. Crowdfunding is a part of it.
Crowdfunding is part of the coaching and business development. Business development, businesses need funding. Crowdfunding is a way to create that funding.
Okay, all right, I can go with it. Let's do that. I was wanting to break it down for easier implementation, but that's
And that is the breaking it down to coaching, business development with funding strategies. That funding is crowdfunding.
okay. All right, so let's do that. So we got the P3 Academy, and so why do you believe this is going to happen?
I believe that is where my gifts are strongest. And, maybe you can help me with this too, because even last night, something that was happening brought up I have learned a lot of skills, right? I know how to do very well a lot of things. Some of those things are not the core of what I would like to do. I want to be in the coaching, business development, and the crowdfunding space. I want all, but everything that I am also gifted with, because I have learned, I've mastered, because I have put in 10,000 plus hours into these things, are the, I don't want to call them distractions, but they are the things that are tentacles that cause me to, on a lot of occasions, spread myself too thin.
Okay.
Me personally. So that brings me back to, how do I narrow it into the things that I really want to do? The coaching, business development, and crowdfunding. That's all working together. And I do believe that the interns piece is a divine, I'll put it, divine operation.
Okay. I get it. So let's do this. I recently had to go through a similar thing. Okay, I've been doing access to experts and turn your showing to cash and all that, and I was like, why don't I want to do a TV show? Why am I not doing the access to experts? I know how to do it, and is that because that's not what I really love to do. I don't need to be a show host. And part of it, I was like listening to it, but well, you should have your own show if you're teaching people how to do a show. And I'm like, yeah, I should. It was making me feel that I'm not doing it. But then I'm like, wait a minute. The biggest directors never acted. They just know how things should be. They have a vision. They know how to direct people to bring the best out of people. So I don't have to have my own TV show to get people to bring out the best in them. So part of it is me just stopping and saying, yeah, that's what you think, and it's okay if you think I don't know what I'm talking about because I don't have a TV show. That's okay. I'm just going to focus on the people who are hearing and getting what I'm giving them. They get it. We know the truth when we hear it. We know something resonates with us when we hear it. So I'm okay with people saying, you know what, don't go to her because she doesn't have her own show. She can't be teaching how to have your own show. Because I'm not really teaching you how to have a TV show. I'm teaching you how to put the spotlight on your gifts and do what you're doing. So I had to go through that myself. So right now, I don't know that I can tell you what you should do because this is an inner conversation. So once I had that conversation, then I was like, okay, what are all the different pieces that my people need to function? Okay, they need video production. What I don't want to be doing video production. It doesn't turn me on. So what I am doing is I had a conversation yesterday with a video production company here where it was like, I'm like, okay, let's create the packages. I can send my people to you as long as you know what it is that they need and your people can support them. So the stuff that I know my people need, I want to make sure they have it, but I'm staying true to what I love to do. And turn your show into cash is not even what I love to do. DocuBranding is what I love to do.
Getting those stories. Yes, I see that very clearly.
So when I hit that spot, when I started going into, I was like, why are people, because I've been doing this DocuBranding thing for people for a long time. When I'm sitting down with them one-on-one, I just didn't call it DocuBranding. I was like, okay, tell me about you. These are, I'm like, I'm connecting the dots. I'm connecting the dots because I'm hearing their stories and bringing out whatever it is. I was like, oh, I'm already doing it. So what I had to do was just go back and look at the things. What is it that I can't help but do? What is it that I cannot help but do? What is it that I do naturally without thinking about it? What is it that I'm compelled to do? Those are the things that fuel me. So once I identified what it was, it's like being able to like look at you and saying, look at all the stuff that's amazing about you. This is what I see. It's about empowering you because I see all these different components working together. That I'm really good at, So what is it that you're really good at when people go, aha, when they walk away from you, they say, damn, Lynn just rocked my world. What is it? What is that thing?
It's the business development, coaching, and the crowdfunding.
Okay, but those are the outer actions. Let's get to the core. What makes you really good at business development and crowdfunding and coaching? What makes you a good coach? What is it that you're coaching? That one thing you coach people on that's like that turns their entire world upside down and sets it right up again.
Made me think about Alex one time asking the question, what is your verb? And when he did that for me a few years back, I realized my entire life, even from the little girl, I'm talking about, the fitness classes, I taught kids to seniors and everything in between. And even in the work that I did, I was a leader of a division. I was the executive vice president of a division of the company that was really what made the company money. I had over 100 people working for me. I had 12 managerial direct reports. My verb is empower. And through that empowering gift, I'm able to coach and teach and support and validate and help to shift others into the awareness of, what they might be doing that they could do better and do differently, because I even recognized that the whole better conversation was uncomfortable because then it said they were doing something wrong. And I didn't want to be that person calling them wrong. I wanted to be that person calling them that they could do something differently that would bring about different results.
Okay.
So
So you empower through, what is
I
it that, how do you, yeah, go ahead.
empower through the conversation, through the, the coaching in the groups, individually. My coaching client last week was just like in such high praise. I had to sit back and say, thank you, God, for my opportunity to hear this.
Okay.
Because her whole thing was, you taught me how to do this, you coached me in how to do this, but seeing that I have done it has been
Okay.
so.
Okay. So then if I was to spend an hour with you and sharing all the stuff that's going on with me and all that, talk about all the blocks I have, I'm going to walk away from you saying, yes, I can.
Yes.
So get your catchphrase. Yes, I can. When you're doing the trainings, doing whatever, it says, you know what? Everything that needs to go, every process that you go through it at the end. When you finish this one, say, yes, I can do that. Yes, I can be that. Yes, I can be there. Yes, I can create that. So it's about yes, I can.
Love it.
Okay, so that's going to be in everything you do. Create different versions of it. Yes, I can. Boom. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. That's it. Because if you have me with all the doubts, everyday doubts that come up with all the stuff, all the naysayers out there and things like that, I'm going to share something with you today. Actually, tomorrow I'm going to have a conversation with my best friend from like, God, 30 years ago. Okay, her and I used to hang out in the clubs together. So like, anyways, so and I've been sober for 29 years. So anyways, I don't even remember when we met. So, but here's the thing. Last time I was in New York, when I was telling her that I'm getting ready to do the Global Difference Makers, interviewing billionaires, of course, all that stuff, all the stuff that I'm getting ready to do, she just looked at me. She's like, "You?" She's and it was like a smirk in her, in there. And I just looked at her. I was like, "Sue, are you laughing at me?" She just looked, and to me, that's what it was. I cut communications with her for a while. I wouldn't talk with her about stuff I'm doing, because this is a couple of years ago when I was going through a major internal stuff, whatever. And at that time, I knew that I could not talk with people who I really loved, who would say, no, you can't. Because everything in me had to do, yes, I can. I was making phone calls, talking with people. While I was at her house, was there for like a couple of weeks, I was making phone calls, talking with people, doing stuff. I was actually doing interviews. And she was like, wow, she goes, wow, that sounded like really unrealistic. She was listening in the other room. I was like, no, you just don't know all the stuff I'm doing. But it hurt me that the person that I was actually my best friend. But it's not that she didn't believe in me. She just doesn't believe in certain things. She thinks differently. And it's my job to surround myself with people who say, yes, you can, as opposed to, no, you can't. So managing ourselves is a big part of it. So I want you to start pulling out stories, because if you have people doing exercises, did you remember a time when the idea came out and your mom said, oh, you can't do that. Oh, don't do that. But you knew you could do it. It's like, if she told you, don't jump so high, and you knew you had to jump. You know you could. Or don't run so fast, but you knew you had to. Everything you knew was telling you. So people are telling you not to do certain things out of love for you. Most of the people growing up, hold on a second, it's Michael. I call it from the Sorry about that. He doesn't usually call when he's on the road. And so,
No
um,
problem.
okay. So make that a part of it, because if you're going to get people to come to you to get yes I can, you need to walk them through a process where they can separate themselves from the people who say no you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what we're doing right now, this has to be the core of everything you build. Because if this is who you are, you're about empowerment, you have to give people every tool they need to say, yes, I can. So if whatever you're creating, the exercise at the end doesn't tell them, yes, I can, it doesn't measure how they can, it doesn't show them that they can, then something is missing.
Okay.
Okay, everything about me that I'm creating is about it's connecting the dots. So it's from the beginning is I simplify things. So if there are 50 steps to something, I turn it into 5 or 6 steps. And that I don't stop until I get it down to as few steps as possible. That's what I do. I see through lines in complicated situations. I make things simple. I bring it to the essence. I empower you by doing, making sure you can get it done. That's my way of doing it. And so I know that I don't stop until I get it down to the minimum steps necessary. And I don't go around saying that, but like last week you heard me say, oh my God, I've been working on this. I had to keep working and redoing and redoing and redoing because I had to get it. And that's what I do. I naturally do. And I know when I need to stop. So you need to gauge, is this at the place where they're going to, at the end of doing this exercise, do they feel empowered? Do they consciously know that they're empowered? Are they saying, yes, I can? Okay, and you may want to create something that the action says, yes, I can. They have to say it out loud, yes, I can. Like, for example, well, somebody at his events, he always had, he got the that was easy button from, from Staples. So when you got on stage, I just don't want to give names. When you got on stage, because
Yeah, I saw him.
you would be, yeah, so you had to hit that button. And I saw people light up. Yeah, it was easy. And every time I went up, they hit that button. It was like affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
So find something that people can do. Yes, I can. Once you get
I
that,
love it. Mm-hmm.
once you get that, your business is going to shift because people are going to get you. They're going to see you as the answer. The one person that's going to have their back, the one person that's going to make them feel like they can do anything, and that's who they're going to want to be with.
I like that. And that feels very in alignment with me.
I get that.
It made me think about yesterday with Fabienne. I really challenged her to walk through the troubleshooting with figuring out why Hootsuite is not posting, because she's putting the posts in, they're going somewhere, but they're not posting where they're supposed to be posting.
Mm-hmm.
And so we set up a mechanism to take a look at today for her to confirm where those posts went. And she at first was just doing it. And then I was like, well, that doesn't look like that. And she was like, no, because it goes here. It went there. It did this. It did that. And so when we finally ended, I said, I just want you to know how proud I am of you because you stuck through this. We must have spent a good hour doing it. And I had her doing it. So we were screen sharing and she was doing all the click-throughs and stuff, and she was maneuvering and she was clicking. I was like, it's there. Go back to that previous one. She went right. I mean, I was like, you got it.
Look at you. You're lit up. You are lit up. That feeds your soul. That's what you need to do. That's it. You got your word, empower. Yes, I can.
Yeah.
That your inner word is empower. The outer, what you're doing for them is empower. I mean, yes, I can.
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, that's what I love that. Yes.
Okay.
And I want to even say we ended with a "I did it, I can do it" kind of thing. But I love this so much more because it really is the affirmation
Yeah.
that sticks.
Yeah. So you may want to, at the end of everything, say, can you do it? Yes, I can. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Can we? It's like make it a part of it. Your online training, offline training, get people going. Put a little move behind it too. Bring the little dance in there. Okay, this is a yes, I can dance, and find some kind of song where you just do that. Couple of steps. This is a yes, I can, and just like high five, yes, I can, whatever it is, to anchor it physically, emotionally, verbally, in every which way. So it's all about yes, I can.
I love it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, so faith, so you believe it can. I do believe that you believe now. Okay. so the inspired right action. And by the way, the faith part, if we did not dig in to look at all the reasons why you can do it, it would not be anchored.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I can see that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a method to my madness, I tell you. And it's not me, it's all God. Okay, so the inspired right action, and this you already have. What are you going to be doing? Do you have a plan for this already? So tell me the plan. Yeah, the coaching. What what do you
It's implementing the digital programs,
okay.
the group programs. And, because I'm already certified, it's already like one is 50% complete, the other one is 90% complete, and I just need to get them finished. So that would be the inspired right action, get them finished. And the TV show, I really want to do the TV show. I love being in that space too. I love how interviewing makes me think. And being in those conversations, again, I'm empowering the audience. So that is part of my inner to the outer as well. I love the addition of the yes, I can piece to it, because that is a great way to open and close every show.
What is your TV show? Tell me what's in the TV show.
The Crowdfunding Hacker TV show is interviewing a crowdfunder who's had a successful campaign to find out their top 3 success tips and really talk about why they fit, what it is and why.
Okay.
And then, of course, we also talk about what their campaign was. And then I interview also people who are in the middle of their campaign and ask them about what it took to create it, where they are now, and give them the opportunity to basically say, I'm raising these funds, help. So that is around the ask.
Okay.
Empowering around the ask. And then I have the Positive Impact Makers moment. And it's actually turning out to be a longer moment than what I originally designed it to be an entire show. So the Positive Impact Maker moment, I'm trying to come up with something better than moment, because I want to do like an entire show on the positive impact makers, the people who are out there. I mean, all of these, the Furleys and all of these people who are the Charles.
The positive impact makers, yeah, I like that. And well, just call it the positive impact, whatever. Okay, all right. I like where you're going. I like where you're going. I can see it supporting the plan, what you're doing. And so, how are you going to make sure it's produced?
Well, again, that's what one of the interns is going to help with. I've got 6 shows that are ready to go, even without editing.
So what is the show?
What do you mean, what is
What
a
is
show?
the show? Is that you interview somebody for half an hour? What is a show?
Okay, yes, they were designed to be 30-minute shows. The interviews went longer, so
That's not a show. That's an interview. That's not a show. A show.
So that's why I had designed the positive impact moment to be a part of the show. So one piece of the show would be parts of the interview. Another piece of the show would be a crowdfunder who is doing something and giving them the opportunity.
Hold on. So if you're going to be using, are you following the Turn Your Show into Cash, using segments of it in the show?
That's how I originally designed it.
Not the whole thing, not the 15-minute or 30-minute interview as a part of the show.
I mean, yeah.
No.
That's how the 24 minutes broken down.
24 minutes. So if you interview somebody for 20 minutes, you have a 24-minute show. The 20 minutes is that person, and then you do 4 minutes of something else?
No, it would be pieces of that 20 minutes that would be part of the show that would be shown.
Okay, so you are doing the main one goes in the members area, and there's like maybe 3 to 5 minute segment in there.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the shorter one that you recommended, that 3-minute one at the end. Yeah.
Okay, because you scared me there for a minute. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like 30 minutes.
Yeah, no, that was the format of the Biz Info Zone show, was just the 50-minute interview.
Yeah, no, okay, so, all right. So, okay, you got the plan together, now the results. Let's take a look at how you know you're going to get the results. Did you use the business growth calculator from Turn Your Show into Cash? Or
I could not find the business growth calculator.
Okay.
I don't know that I had it. I know that it was
okay. That's okay. We're gonna do it right now. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to share my screen with you.
So I did my own thing.
You did your own thing?
Because I wanted to see my analytical self. I wanted to see those numbers, and yeah.
Okay. All right. So basically, these are just some numbers that I've created, and been kind of playing around with it. And this is actually based on groups. I figured I'd kind of start with it. If you look at this, I basically have $1 million, $1.5 million here. But here's what. Let's do your numbers. Let's do. Let's just do one. Okay. Now, do you believe that you can get access to 1,000 people a month through organizations, associations, do presentations? Do you believe you can get in front of 1,000 people a month? And this 1,000 people, it would be them going to put their name and email, not just, on Facebook Live, it's being watched, by 500 people. You have no idea who those are.
Not without help.
Huh?
Not without
help.
help.
No. Well, okay. So do you think you can do 500 people?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And what do you believe your conversion ratios would be? Like if you got in front of 100 people, how many of them would let's say we're doing a $197 program. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you should have a master class or whatever. Just the numbers I'm using, you should use the same numbers because they work. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you create a $197 master class, and depending on who you're in front of, like right now, I'm just getting in front of organizations, associations, so I know 20% of them will buy. Actually, mm-hmm. Probably more than that. So
I would say that's a good number.
Okay. So that means that you have 1,200 people buying a product that's $197, and if you're going to give affiliate commissions and all that expenses, so let's say your profit margin is 50%, because this is like a giveaway. This is a promotion. Get paid to Mm-hmm. And so the annual. So based on this, okay, so far it's $118,000. Okay, annual. Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you implement a referral program, you know what? I'm just going to leave the referrals alone. Let's just leave the referrals alone for right now, because there's a whole mechanism to get to creating a referral program, inspiring people to refer this and that, to bring in their friends, the co-op, all that stuff. Let's just leave that alone for right now. So if right now you do the work, get in front of organizations and all that stuff, and have them buy one product for $197, that's $118,000 in your pocket. Now, if you do some of the promotions yourself where you're not giving away, 40% of it,
Mm-hmm.
for that, like I'm not, the people that are taking me to Australia, he doesn't want any of the money. He just wants me to train him and some of his people. So, and they're going to be promoting my program all over Australia. So if we do that, and let's say you create 2 different programs, and they, for $197, they buy 2. Now all of a sudden it's $236,000. And if you bring up your profit margins, so let's say, it's average of 70% because you're going to be doing a lot of the work yourself. Let's say average of 60% because you're going to be doing a lot of it yourself. You're going to use some money for marketing instead of affiliate sales, whatever it is. So you're going to be taking some of it for marketing, $283,000. So if you just focus on what I've been telling you to do, associations, organizations, do the presentations, do webinars, get in front of them, do whatever you need to do, add a lot of value, become part of the organization, add so much value that you become the go-to person, because everybody in the organization probably will want to raise money for something. And if you send them to me, they will know that they can create really cool videos, and they're going to be able to, dig in there, find their gift shift in a way that nobody else is going to have them do. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So part of your strategy should be using people that have gifts that you don't have that your people need. So who else do you know that has a unique gift? Because I can honestly say, I've talked with a lot of people that are producers. Nobody is able to do what I'm doing the way I'm doing because nobody thinks like me. So who else do you know that does something that your people need that nobody else do it the way they do, because it's just off the charts guided, put it that way. So if you have 2 or 3 people like me around you who do things for your people that you can't do, or you can do a little bit of it, but they can take you to the next level, like I can show people, okay, here's what you do, some of the things you do for people to want to give you money. Like I got ideas. Well, let's do nominations. Let's say if you do this, we'll give away, we'll create a buzz about it. But I don't know the crowdfunding mechanism. I know enough about crowdfunding to be dangerous. I don't want to, but I'm not inspired to go take time to learn how crowdfunding really works, how all the technical aspect of it. I'm not inspired to do that. So that's why I'm introducing my people to you.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I want you to do. Who do you have that you can get them? Once you create the circle, you don't even ask them for affiliate commission. Like the guy I'm talking with, each one of these companies is making millions of dollars a month. And he told me, I don't want any of the money. He goes, the only thing I'm asking you to do is pay for the room because I don't want to spend money. I was like, really? He goes, I don't want it to cost me money. And I'm not getting anything out of it. Heck, what do you mean you're not getting anything out of it? I'm going to be training you and your staff. Then you're not paying for it. You're getting a lot out of it because, yeah, you're right. But you see, it just, once you claim your brilliance, it becomes very easy to just stand up to people and show it to them. What do you mean you're not getting anything out of it? Your jaw just dropped just by seeing what I can do. You're like, please teach me. That's what you're getting at. You're getting me.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where I want you to get to. You need to be able to show who you are. When you go to the associations, organizations, say, you know what? You need money to get your word out there. You need money to promote your organization. You need money. And I know how to get everybody talking about your organization in a way they want to give you money. And guess what? As part of my team, I even have somebody who will have them show up on camera in a way that's heart-wrenching or inspiring. That's going to make people want to open up their wallets and support the mission, whatever you're doing. That's what it takes. Not only you need to know why you're doing it, I can put the mechanism together, but my team, part of my team, I already have somebody who can get them to show up in a way that everybody's going to say yes, they're going to melt. This is what you need to do. Start taking a look at what you have and how can you show up in a more powerful way so everybody says yes to you. So if you just focus on this, get in front of people, And it's really easy because every organization needs you. Don't look at the individuals who are going to give you $5,000. The numbers that I have put together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody for 197, he's got his $80,000, 80,000 in one little group or whatever it was. Yeah. Do you think those 80,000, they're going to want to know how to get on camera? Would they give me $197 to learn how to use XSplit? Would they give me $97 to show up at the event? Yeah, this is where it is. That's all you got to focus on. The rest of it falls into place. So now the other thing I'm going to do is why it's important to do the in-person training. It's not a lot of money, as you can see. That's very little money for a lot of effort. I'm going around the globe, traveling, spending money, going over there, spending months traveling. For what? For nothing? For a little bit of money, that's all it is. Why is this important? Well, this is when people get to experience me. And I get to meet with the group leaders. I get to experience with there's nothing like meeting somebody in person when you get to share your brilliance. And part of it is because I want to travel. So I'm finding the places that I want to go to. So it's, part of it is like, it's a business write-up and I get to experience new things. I'm doing that. So it's feeding me at the same time. But business-wise, it's very smart. So let's say out of the 12,000 people that I get in front of, so let's just go back into that 6,000 again. Okay. So 10% of them register for, now you have 600 people a year going through your programs. So if you do a 1-day event once a month and you put 50 people in it, that's not going to be very difficult. Once a month. You can do 1 day. 1 day, once a month. I've decided I'm doing my 1 days on Thursdays. So where I'm at Thursdays, it's a 1-day event. And if I decide it's a place where I'm going to be doing a 3-day intensive, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But it's Thursdays, I'm doing an event. And the reason for that is that a lot of people are doing their events Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or whatever it is. My 1 day is not going to interfere with it. People that are flying into town, they'll just come 1 day earlier and still go to those events. As opposed to fighting the ones who are doing super promotions, doing all kinds of stuff. I'm not doing super promotions. I'm just like, hey, I had several people say, oh, I'm going to be in LA, for this event, Saturday and Sunday. I'll come to yours a day early. I'm like, okay, come. It's only $97. You get paid for people to experience, do the exercise. You get paid for them to say, yes, I can, and get up and dance with you. And this one, even if you give away, you're going to give away, let's say 40%, 50%, you're going to pay for the room, whatever it is. This is not a lot of money, but when they come in the room, and part of what I'm doing is I'm telling my people, you can come back for free, but bring somebody with you who's going to pay. And that does two things. It gives them somebody on their team who's going to be trained to think like me and what I'm doing. So that means they have somebody who's going to support them. They have an accountability partner and a potential somebody who's going to sign up for the $2,000 program. But it's more important for me for them to build a team around them. Because as long as the team is built around it, they're not going to be pulled to somebody else's program. They're going to be focused on getting things done. Yeah, I do hardly any marketing. Why do you think the people in Australia keep coming back? And they're bringing other people. I'm not doing anything. I'm sending no emails. I'm doing nothing. I'm not doing any of the stuff you're supposed to do. I'm messing up royally. The homework is supposed to go on Thursday. It goes out on Sunday. I'm messing up royally in all the different areas. But because I'm building a team around them and they're like-minded, they're supporting each other. Like yesterday, Leslie, we couldn't hook up. She went to Karen to find out how to set up her camera. They're supporting each other. I'm building a family. Okay? So this is important. So the thing over here is, okay, let me explain to you how this works. Is this interesting to you? Because I'm going deep into how I think and what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, so let's say you have 600 people, and the the rule is that, you know, each one of us has 25 people in our circle who are similar to us. So people can refer people, like-minded people. But even if, oh, you know, let's see, each one can refer 2 or 3 people if you press them. But let's say on the average, each one refers 1. So this would be 600 people, right? Because you have 600 people registered. So 600 people bring in, introducing 600 people. And, you know, 30% of them actually end up coming to. Okay, so let's say you do a webinar, they bring whatever. So that's another $30,000. This will actually pay for the room. And some of them from here are going to sign up for this program because when they're in the room, they'll pay $197 to get the online program. Or you can introduce the bigger package, the $1997, and because they're in the room, and depending on how you convert, when people come to the one day, and I tell them about the 3 days and a bigger package, $1997, I convert 50% of the newcomers because they love it. They're like, okay, I want to come back tomorrow. I mean, they just come back. You know, the first time I went, 80% of them, I had like 5 people who were new. They just came to the one day. 4 of them signed up for the $2,000 because they experience you. Okay, so now we're going to go over here. And so this is 600 people, okay? 600 people that have come to the live events. And let's say you convert 30% of them to for your online program. Let's say you convert 10%. Okay? 10% of them sign up for your combination online, offline, whatever that you're doing. Okay, and so this is only 60. All right, so now you have 60 people who are signed up for your online offline combination program, and these are the people who will come back to go to a retreat or whatever it is, or whatever your package is. With me, when they sign up for this, they get the 3-day intensive, and they can come back whenever they want. So I can have a whole bunch of people. I can have 1,000 people enrolled in a program because, you know, that they're going to come from across the globe. They're going to come, maybe 20 of them are going to come to each one I'm going to. They're doing it. They're good. Let them come, 50 of them. I would love that. Come back. Because when they come back, they're going to bring other people. But this one could actually be a bigger number. I think you can convert 20% with a good package. And so this is going to give you 120 people. And so that's 36 additional people. So now you have 156 people enrolled in your program for $2,000. And here's $180,000 clear. Now this is annual. Right?
Right.
And this one, I did the $10,000 package. This is for me the 100K club. So this one, I'm doing $10,000 one time, or because when I do it again in January, it's going to be the $10,000 one time pay, or $2,000 down and $2,000 for 5 months, which is $12,000. And I'm expecting most of them are going to be doing, you know, $2,000 down. So this should actually be 12. Make sense? Yeah, because I don't know many of them are going to just say, here's $10,000, take it. They would just do $2,000 and $2,000 a month. As long as they're making money, nobody should have a problem with it. So let's say now that from this, you have 120 people. Okay, let's say 150 people.
Okay.
150 people that are in this bigger program. Because you don't want to take people from here into here. You only want to take people who are involved with you.
Right.
Have spent at least $2,000 and know what you do, how you show up, what you do, all the good and stuff. Because what happens is that the people that are signing up for the program now, they already know I'm not always there with the emails when they're supposed to go, but they know when they get me one-on-one, it's worth every minute that they waited. So, but the people over here who are paid $97, well, they gave me $12,000. They're going to get pissed because they have a certain expectation because they don't know me well enough. They're going to say, well, I paid $12,000. She should be at my beck and call. I didn't even get the email, you know. But the people over here, because they know me, they're okay with it because I make up for it in other ways. And I'm not making excuses. The reason I'm sharing this is that knowing your shortcomings and knowing what your people want, knowing how to make up for it, making sure they're taken care of regardless of the things you're not doing. Because if I waited to make everything perfect, I would not be having a program. I wouldn't be making any money. And yes, I'm working diligently to fix all these things. I'm working on it, and it's going to get better and better. The reason I'm not doing mass marketing, because I don't feel like I can support all these other people and still take care of my core people. So knowing your shortcomings, what you can and cannot do, and what you're capable of making up for is a key component. Knowing yourself is the key here.
Got it.
Okay.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Yeah, the reason I'm going in depth with this is because you keep waiting for stuff.
Yeah, because again, back to that, and this is not excuses. This is the result of what I have been doing, which is all the other things that I'm masterful at that are not making me any money.
Yep. But that's why we're going over this. That's why I'm spending a lot of time on this, explaining in detail, because if you see the numbers, not decide what you want to do. So let's keep going. So are you going to do a $5,000 program? You're doing 5,000, right?
It's 6.
6, okay. All right. And this one, you're not giving, if you decide to give 10% commission to somebody, great. And there isn't going to be anything else that you're really going to be spending. So this one, you pretty much can have 80% profit margin.
Okay.
Okay. So, and here, we can just, so this is bringing up only 8 people. Okay. Now, this here is not a whole lot right now. But it's 47,000 for a very small group of people. With a lot of work on your part. So if I were you.
Why do we do 150 leads? Because that's the number that I would be directly.
120 plus 36 referrals, that's 150.
Right, okay. I see that now.
So 150, and I feel very confident about this, the people that are here. So maybe you can get 20% of them.
Yeah, I would go anywhere between 15 to 20%.
Okay.
If you're there to be in that 100K club. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have 20%, and you should be able to convert, because you're going to say, you know what, we're going to do a crowdfunding club, and we're going to work together, and you're going to be raising $50,000. You pay $6,000, you get $50,000. They will give you the money. And you can actually do percentage of, if we raise so much more, whatever it is, you can do a bunch of different stuff, get creative. But for right now, this is kind of what you're going to have. Okay, so let's say 30. Okay, that's another $200,000. Can't do all of them at the same time.
Right.
So I'm going to suggest you focus on this. Okay, focus on this. Get people in your funnel. Get access to these 1,200 people. From 1,200 people, you're going to be able to, when you associations, organizations, the same ones you're connecting with, say, here's the online program. Let me come and do an event for you. Or you do an event yourself. So between these two, but your main money is going to come from here. So both of these put together is 300,000. You focus on those. This is going to come as a result of you doing these two. And this is going to come as a result of you doing this. Right now, you have leapfrogged with me here. But I would not go soliciting people at this stage right now if I were you. And here's why. You have your hands full with me. You have two of my clients that they're standing in queue. They need to be taken care of. And you need to be doing a crowdfunding campaign for yourself. So how many campaigns can you handle by yourself? You don't have the manpower, you don't have the infrastructure, and you've been going soliciting other people. You have the doctors, you have the other ones. So it seems to me you have probably about 6 campaigns that you're running at the same time, and you're going to be doing your TV show, and you're going to be developing the programs, and so you're bottled up over here. That's not bringing you enough money to cover your expenses.
So focusing on the online first level.
Focusing, yeah.
That's the speaking, getting into the associations and organizations to do the talk and to lead people to the digital program.
Yeah, it's not even just to do the talk. It's more than that. You know, how like, for example, the conversations I'm having with organizations is that I told him, it's not like, let me come and talk to your people. I didn't say, let me come and train your people on doing video. I came and said, you know what? You need to be adding value to your people. You need to be showcasing your people because you're not providing enough value right now. All the different organizations, associations, all that stuff, they're all doing the same thing. You know, so you know, instead of putting their business card, you know, under their name when it comes to online, there should be an interview being there. So let me train some of your people to go interview the other members. He's like, oh, that sounds really good. And so what's going to happen and I said, and here's what's going to happen. The other thing that's going to happen is that once some of your, you know, the people I train, the reporter and stuff I train to go in and, you know, interview the other members, you know what's going to happen? Oh, I'm not going to, no, I don't want to get on camera. They're going to come up with excuses. Say, let me go ahead and give them this low price, $97, bring them into the room. I'll train them to be on camera. They'll be excited. So now the group leader that you have, the reporter that you have, they're going to have somebody who knows how to show up on camera. They're going to sound really good. So it's only going to cost $97. I did not say, bring your people to me, let me train them. I went to what's in it for them. So you need to go from the top and say, you know what? You know, what is it that you do? What is your organization standing for? Why do you do what you do? You know, what is the purpose of what you do? Well, let's create a whole campaign around now. Let's let everybody know. Let's create a whole marketing campaign so the world knows what you do and why you're so special. And we can raise the money to do it. We'll put together a whole DocuBranding mechanism. You know, I have somebody who can show you how to tell the story of why your business is so special. You can actually create, you know, you can tell them because of enough that you know about me and what I do, Lynn. You know how to do this. You can say, hey, here's the story I see, you know, because this is what's going to be the crowdfunding, and say, you know what, take it to the next level. Let's get the people that are going to be showing up on camera. Let's get them trained with AMP. But you're going to be able to pull their story together because you do that naturally anyways. You do that through your crowdfunding when you're asking those questions, what do you do and all that stuff. So you're going to be able to develop their DocuBranding blueprint, and you know, using what you've learned from me, you're going to take it to the next step, start telling the story, pull out their story and tell it back to them. So the conversations you have now with anybody that you're sitting down with is going to be at a whole different level because of the DocuBranding learning that you're learning right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you go to them from that level, these two are going to fall into place.
Mm-hmm. And that is so like on time, because I've been talking about it, and I've been talking about, you know, we're going to do, my business partner does the whole video training, and we're going to do a one-day live event here in Atlanta. My goal is, you know, 100 people in the room, because we all get to experience being on camera, doing interviews and doing them the right way, telling the stories. And people have been really excited. Well, when is it? How much is it? Where do I go? So, yeah.
Yeah. So the conversations that you have, you want to bring into it, say, you know what? you know, what if you were able to put together a whole marketing campaign where you're able to create videos and do promotions on Facebook and everywhere else that's like going to be able to really showcase who you are and really tell your story? Well, we can do that. You'll develop their crowdfunding campaign. I could show them how to tell the story on camera. That's what you need to be doing. It's not that, oh, let's just teach you how to get on camera. It's like, you know what? Let's make enough money, let's raise enough money so you're able to promote your program. You're able to go out there and do those Facebook ads. You're able to hire the people, you're able to hire a publicist. You're able to do whatever it is that they need to really bring the spotlight to their organization. That's what you should be focusing on. That should be your conversation. It's like, look, it's not even going to cost you money, because you'll be able to raise the money. We'll create a mechanism where you'll be able to raise the money to do the promotion. You know, and once they find out the why of why they're doing, you know, what they're doing, what is the purpose of that organization, where is the heart of it, then they'll be able to raise the money because they want to make a difference with other people and the different, you know, the programs and stuff that they're offering, the different members that they have, the whatever gifts they're donating, that all becomes part of the package. So they're able to showcase their member with their expertise, and, you know, people will donate the money to get the tools, but at the same time, they'll be raising the money to promote. So it would be like, look at the amazing people we have that are going to make a difference. You know, let us, you know, help us get the word out about them. You know, we want to do a show where, you know, we're showcasing our members. You know, let's raise the money to do this special, you know, DocuBranding special about our organization and the amazing people that we have in the organization. That should be the conversation you have with them.
Yes.
Okay. So now the only thing that we got to figure out is what are you going to do? What is it going to take? What programs or whatever to make the $100,000? That's going to be the thing. You know, the impact on profit. So how many people we have in the room, and all that stuff, or whatever the different combination of stuff, whatever you're going to do. That's, you know, what is it going to take? That's what you have to decide. We just looked at the business growth calculator, but you have to make a decision. What are you going to offer? How are you going to offer? When? And all that stuff. So you know the impact on profit aspect of it.
The speaking or the, what do we call it? The public live in person experiencing me. I have been moving in enough circles that I could actually do something. Schedule and promote it for the beginning of September. And what was that question?
Let's look at here. You should already have the answer to this. So I'm gonna see this here. Hold on, it's not showing up. Wait. Let me add that. Okay, see this here?
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to impact 1,000 people?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And make 100,000. This is in 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that you need to get either, you don't have $1,000 program.
Yeah, I do.
Well, is the plan to get people into the $1,000 program? Are you going to get 100 people in the $1,000 program? Are you going to do a $500 program? Would you create something different? So this is what we get to create. But based on what we're doing here, let me. Those are just some examples that I gave. But if we,
I have a $1,000 program, I have a $500 program, and the 197.
I got that. So based on what we just did, we decided the best strategy for you was to go here, right? And so if you just focus on doing this is for annual. If you just focus on doing this, there's your 100,000
in 6 months, right?
Yeah, and there's your 1,200 people. That's your new customers, 1,200 new customers.
Mm-hmm.
There would be 600 from there. And there will be referrals from over here as well. So from this 600, there could be, another 400 or whatever, another 600 here that's coming into this 300. So there goes your 1,000 people in 6 months. So if you just focus on these, you got your money. And this is going to be, the other stuff you do is going to be, icing.
So I'm doing a public to upsell to the 197 online.
Yeah, you're gonna approach organizations, associations. That's the strategy. Approach organizations, associations who have a huge membership, and say, hey, I love what you're doing. I want to help you spread the word because I think you should have more members. And we can actually do crowdfunding to raise money, to do Facebook ads, to hire publicists, to train new people, to do all the stuff. Let's get more members into your organization. Not let me come and present to your people so I can sell them a $197 product. That's what everybody says to them. I want to come and sell to your people. You don't want to sell to their people. You want to help them grow their network, their organization. Lynn, let me sell to your people. Introduce me to everybody that you have so I can sell on my program. What do you feel? She's going to take away my money. Lynn, let me help you get in front of organizations. I want to help you get double the people that you have because I think what you're doing is so important. If everybody had more money, they would be making a bigger impact. I'm all about global difference makers. So I want to help get you in front of more people. So let's do that. Isn't it a different feeling?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I want you to get out of the scarcity mentality in this. Go to the top.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm in and I'm loving what they're doing, the whole more members, retaining more members, getting more members active, doing crowdfunding to raise funds to cover the cost of outreach to members and new members with marketing, and actually helping them to grow their networks, grow their members, grow their connections, grow their opportunities, and to grow globally if that's what they choose to do. But I will know whether it's nationally or globally because of the conversation that I'm having, that questions that I'm asking. And with that, there's also the, how about, have you thought about having a TV show where you're actually showcasing your members?
It doesn't even have to be a TV show. No, hold on. What is the biggest problem organizations have? Getting people to register, growing their membership, and keeping the members that they have. That's the biggest challenge they have. Most of us, and by the way, this is what I've been saying to the people that want to bring me in front of everybody, that want to take me across the globe. I'm like, What's the biggest problem organizations have? Getting people, to renew their memberships. Because what happens is that when we go, we hear the list of things, you do all these different things, we're going to do this, we're going to connect you here, it's a business, it's a global thing. Is it each one of us latches onto something that we need? It's going to be, oh, they're going to put me in front of 500,000 businesses and they're going to grow my business, because we each find something in the promises, in the list of things that the organization does, and we think they're going to do that for me. And guess what? It doesn't happen, because we take things to mean whatever we want it to mean, and the organization always falls short of their promises according to us. We don't realize that, oh, I have to show up at the networking meetings. Oh, I have to follow up and meet with the members. Oh, we just pay the dues and expect the organization to send us all this business. That's kind of what we do. It's unrealistic, but that's what most of us do. When we register, we say, this is what's going to happen, but then we don't show up and do it. And then we're like, oh, I'm not going to renew a membership because it's not happening. So like it or not, it's your responsibility to make sure people know your people, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, how are they going to know? Show me the business card with the name on it. What does that mean? Why would I want to even, do business with that person? Their name and phone number, really? What if each one of your people was being interviewed? What if they could take that video, put it on their website? How many people get, which organizations do give the opportunity for people to be interviewed? And something that's added value. So what if I train people in your organization to actually be the in-house reporter and interview all the members and talk about and then showcase the members so everybody would know? That's my pitch. Well, your pitch would be, you know what? That's the biggest thing. People don't, the organization falls short because nobody knows about the organization, because they don't have enough members. So what if we could put together a DocuBranding special that talks about the organization? How special is it? Why do you do what you do? What was it initially designed to do? And what is it doing? All the good work that it's doing, the stuff they're doing in a community. What if the whole world knew how special your organization was? Let's do that. Let's create this special. We can do a 30-minute TV show special, and I'll help you raise the money. We can raise enough money to do Facebook ads. We can raise enough money to hire a publicist. We can do whatever we want. Let's tell your story, and we can do it through crowdfunding. That should be your pitch. And because we're going to be telling a story of organization, we're going to be able to showcase some of your best people, the ones that are showing up, the ones that are doing good. So we can talk about your people in the TV show. Guess what? That leads them to, Now, and I know a lot of people are scared to get on camera, even if you are. I have somebody who's training people to get on TV all over the globe. She's the DocuBranding queen, or whatever you want to call it. Just, so I have all of it. I got everything you need, including the money, including the raising the money. I love what you're doing, but you have to do your due diligence. Get an organization that you are passionate about. You think they are doing good work. That's it. That's your pitch. That's it.
Love it. Yes. Okay. It's come together. It's coming together, mainly because of what I have been experiencing of you of late, and the training. The mastermind opened up some things. It opened up me being able to be in that kind of conversation, and where I'm going with my business being out there, I'm having those conversations. I'm speaking to this, and this is really great for me to hone that message. So thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Great. Now, give me a really nice testimonial, because I'm putting up the DocuBranding page right now. It's going all over Europe and Asia and Australia. They're waiting for me to send them the message, the marketing tools to send to their people to register for the program. So Give me a testimonial as far as what you're getting. What is the importance of DocuBranding? How it gives you a whole new perspective, whatever, okay? So create a few different ones, the different aspects of it, so I can use it during the event. I actually use examples of what's possible, So let's get you seen. Okay? I want to weave you in.
I am meeting with Fabienne at 2, and I was thinking yesterday, with what we went through yesterday, that would have been a good behind the scenes. But with us talking about it yesterday and doing what I did with her, today I actually thought earlier about what I could do, which is, you know, really bringing in the hello, you're behind the scenes, and getting into some of that and making it short. But
Wait a minute. What do you mean? For who? For a testimonial?
no, for some of the video stuff that I'm doing, that I'm going to be
Right
doing.
now, just give me a testimonial. I can put on a website because I'm setting the information. I'm going to
Yeah,
put behind the scenes.
yeah, no, we talked about that yesterday, and I
Yeah.
guess, you know, I digress. It made me think about that piece too.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, we're having two different conversations. I'm like, what do you mean? What did we talk about?
Okay,
Okay. All right, Dawn. We're good?
we are good. Thank you so much. Um, do send me this video, please.
I am actually going to, as soon as we hang up, I'm going to upload it to your YouTube playlist so you have access to it. Okay. We'll do
All
that.
right.
And the autoresponder, you know, I did not create it because I'm pushing myself to create the other list. I'm going to be working on that today and this week. Today is getting the homework out. This weekend, I need to put up the one shopping cart doesn't do what I want it to do. Right now, it's not even sending emails to some of the people they're supposed to go to, and I'm paying like $35 a month for it. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So anyways, I'm working on the other list stuff is not Monica. I got some other thing. I'm working on that, getting people in there. So I will, you know, I will get that going, and we'll be able to start sending things out on Monday with the thank yous and all that stuff. You know.
Okay.
So that's where we're at. Just want to let you know that. I was like, I'm like, no. And especially I spoke with somebody, like, I'm not getting your emails. I have like 5 people who are not getting the emails. And they're on the list. And I'm trying to add them. And some of it's not even taking some people, whatever is going on with them. I don't know. But it's like, okay, it's not working. It's not working. Get out of here. I've been trying to get out of there for a year, but it's just I haven't done it. But now I just have to do it. Just, you know, FYI. Okay, so